So everyone's talking about AI tools like they're about to replace every video professional on the planet. And you know what? They're not entirely wrong about the technical side of things. In a few years, and possibly less, these tools could absolutely match what high-end production teams create today. The quality is getting scary good, but here's the wild thing. While everyone's rushing out to pump out AI content, they're missing something huge. If you use AI to tell human stories, your employee testimonials, your company culture videos, your founder's journey, you're basically torching your brand's credibility. Trust is about to become the scarcest thing in marketing, and it's about to create the biggest opportunity that we've seen in years. Let me explain. If you're new here, my name's Adam Sewell, and I've been running my own video production company for over 10 years now. I've grown it from $0 to now what is a multi-7-figure business. And now I just love sharing the real business insights that I wish I would have had when I first got started, because I made a lot of mistakes. All right, so let's be brutally honest about where AI video is heading. Google just dropped their Flow tool, their AI filmmaking thing that is custom built for the most advanced models. The capabilities are advancing very fast. And look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that they won't eventually match high-end production quality. That's coming whether we like it or not. The moment you use AI to tell your company's human stories, you've destroyed the exact thing that's making those stories valuable in the first place. Think about this for a second. If McDonald's released an AI-generated video about their employee's journey from crew member to manager, would you believe it? Like, would you actually trust that story? Or imagine a construction company using AI avatars to share testimonials about their safety culture. Is that something you would trust? Would you believe what they're saying? The technical quality isn't even the issue anymore. It's the authenticity that is the problem, and companies are walking right into it without even knowing. Now look, aside from the obvious IP concerns, which is a whole nother conversation, I'm actually all for putting powerful tools into creative hands. History shows us that amazing thing happens when creatives get new tools. But when you replace human stories with synthetic ones, you're not creating efficiency, you're creating a credibility crisis. Here's something that I learned the hard way in my early career. When I first got started in video production, I was like most creative professionals, totally focused on making things look cool. I only cared about visual feedback and creating for the sake of creating. I was basically finding clients as an excuse to scratch my creative itch. I wasn't thinking about actual business results. I wasn't digging into what they actually needed. To be honest, I didn't really care at that point. And to be honest, I don't think the clients really knew what they needed either. They just knew they needed video because maybe their competitors had one, but there was no strategy behind it. And it was that lack of strategy that was killing both of us. Because here's what I didn't realize back then. Their most valuable asset wasn't their logo or their product, it was their people and the authentic stories that they had. So we just wrapped up a project with a hospitality client. They came to us wanting a basic property videos for their website. Pretty standard stuff, but through some actual conversations and some deep discoveries, we found out that they were leaving a lot of money on the table, like big money on the table. Their leads were coming through the Meta platform, and they had zero content strategy for those platforms at all. They just knew that the videos were working and they were going to put more content on there without actually thinking about what they were doing. But when we dug deeper, their biggest differentiator wasn't their fancy amenities or their prime location, it was their staff. The genuine care that they showed their guests. After our onboarding, we heard story after story about employees going above and beyond. Real moments that made their guests feel like family. Now imagine they'd been created by AI. Synthetic employees talking about synthetic experiences. The very thing that made them special would become their biggest liability. This is happening everywhere right now. Companies are so pumped about the cost saving and efficiency that they're about to sacrifice the one thing that builds actual trust. Authentic human connection. Here's what's coming. When the market floods with AI tools that are all look and feel the same, because let's be real, they will, what's going to stand out? Real people, real stories, with real emotion that you can't fake. But more importantly, when consumers start assuming that polished content might be AI, your authentic human stories become your only proof that you're actually real. So back to my story. I was stubborn as hell during this period. I just kept grinding harder and harder, doing the same things, heading straight for burnout. The frustration was eating at me because I knew we needed client retention, Clients needed to come back at least once, but ideally for years. Starting every project from scratch was exhausting. What made it painful was I could see repeat business was the missing piece, but I wasn't fixing the root cause. The stress was killing me. Financial uncertainties plus feeling responsible as the leader of the business to find the solution wasn't helping either. Watching known brands come through the door and leave as fast as they came, that really wore me down. Then something clicked. I started to look at the first point of contact with our clients. Was it the lead forms? Was it initial phone calls? Was it meetings that we'd have to talk about creative? I landed on discovery calls, and this is where I decided to spend most of my time investment to tweak the script and really refine how we were talking to our clients at the time. Instead of talking at clients, I became an interviewer. I was genuinely interested in listening and learning about what they had to tell me. It's crazy the amount of information that I was leaving on the table. I stopped thinking project by project and started asking about the bigger picture. What's the real reason that you need this video? What business goals is it supporting? But then I went deeper. What are the human stories behind your success? What moments make your team proud to work here? What do your customers say that makes you smile? These questions they'd never even considered, and it built trust because we actually cared more than anyone else they'd talked to. The mindset shift was simple but game-changing. Stop being a vendor and start being a partner. Put yourself in their shoes, but more importantly, help them identify authentic human stories that make them genuinely different. Since making that shift, life's been way less stressful. Even in the slow times, we can count on our partners for consistent revenue. Before, we were just waiting on leads from Google Ads or referrals, basically leaving it all to luck. We've built enough trust that we can actually bring them ideas, doing work that we want to do, which feeds our own revenue. But here's the key. They keep coming back because we've become guardians of their most valuable stories, the ones that AI literally can't replicate without destroying their value. Let me hit you with some economics. Consumers say that it's more important for marketing videos to be authentic than polished. That stat is about to become the most important trend in marketing because polished and synthetic are about to mean the same thing in some people's minds. Look what's already happening. 93% of marketers say that video gives them a good ROI. But that's built on trust. The second consumers start questioning that if your stories are real or not, the ROI vanishes. Video will always be the best way to build a brand and trust at scale. Every business should use it, but only when the stories are genuinely human. The moment you synthesize those stories, your greatest asset becomes your greatest liability. You need quantity to build trust. Quality and quantity is the magic formula. But here's the distinction. Quantity of authentic content, not synthetic volume. We see ourselves as advisors now, not just video producers, partners, not vendors, because we're not creating content. We're preserving and amplifying the human elements that make businesses trustworthy. Real, authentic video is going to be the anomaly, not the norm. And by default, it's the way to generate trust in your space. But here's the crucial part. Using AI where you need human authenticity isn't just a missed opportunity, it's brand suicide. Companies need to lean into their people, their real voice, their actual stories. Otherwise, they'll get drowned out by lazy businesses pumping out AI content, while everyone else online is saying, the video industry is dead, AI will kill it. That's completely backwards. This is actually the time to invest in real, authentic content because there's less competition for eyeballs. So think about John Lewis. People literally wait for the John Lewis Christmas ads every year. Why? Because they tell genuine human stories that hit you right here. Now imagine if they replaced those with AI-generated scenarios. The magic, it's gone, instantly. But worse, it would feel like deception, like they're trying to trick you. One video doesn't transform a business any more than one workout doesn't transform your body. It's brick by brick, video by video, that you build something meaningful. But each story has to be genuinely human, or the whole foundation crumbles. Here's what's about to happen. Consumers are going to develop a synthetic detection skill. They'll start questioning everything. Is this real? Is this AI? Is that in an environment? Businesses with authentic human stories will have an insurmountable advantage over those faking it with AI. So here's my framework. Use AI for technical stuff, efficiency, non-human elements. Use humans for stories, testimonials, culture videos. anything representing your brand's character. Never mix them because people will sense it and your credibility will suffer. Companies are overpaying for video right now. While everyone's freaking out about AI disruption, smart professionals are positioning themselves as strategic advisors who get the difference between technical execution and authentic storytelling. So here's your opportunity. Position yourself as a partner who understands both. Someone who knows when to use AI tools and knows the irreplaceable value of human stories for brand credibility. The key lesson: go deep understanding why the client reached out in the first place, what triggered them to call you. Be a consultant first and execute on video second. But in this AI world, that consulting has to include protecting human authenticity. Because the person who can help businesses figure out what can benefit from AI efficiency and what needs to stay human to maintain credibility, the opportunity is sitting right there. Most businesses just can't see it yet. Look, the video industry is at a crossroads. AI will match technical quality soon, no doubt. But that makes authentic human storytelling more valuable, not less. The businesses that get this, they are about to dominate. I wish I had these tools and resources when I was coming up and trying to figure out strategic positioning. So first, I offer a 30-minute chat about anything video related. No sales pitch, just industry professionals helping each other out. Whether it's protecting authenticity while using AI, positioning yourself as a storytelling consultant, or just, bouncing any ideas around, I'm here for it. Pick up the phone and let's have a chat. Second is my discovery call guide that transformed our revenues and client retention. It's the framework for identifying those authentic human stories that make each client unique. Both links are in the description below. Check them out. And while everyone else chases AI efficiency at the cost of authenticity, you're going to build something sustainable, a strategic practice that makes you indispensable because you protect the human stories that AI can't touch. The opportunity is massive, and the businesses that get it right, they're going to own the markets. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you on the next one.